What is up, guys? Is your boy Anderson following Jesus Christ, and today here is more proof that you are not saved by grace, okay? You are not saved by grace. So I'm here in Romans, right? Romans. So here's talking about Adam and Christ's contrast, right? Adam, the first man, Jesus Christ, obviously. So here it says, yes, Adam's one sin brings condemnation for everyone, but Christ's one act of righteousness brings a right relationship with God and new life for everyone. Because one person disobeyed God, many became sinners, but because one other person obeyed God, many will be made righteous, right? Then here it says, sin's power is broken. This is chapter 6, Romans chapter 6. In the very beginning it says, well then, should we keep on sinning so that God can show us more and more of his wonderful grace? Of course not. It says, of course not. Of course not. Again, I'll repeat. Well then, should we keep on sinning so that God can show us more and more of his wonderful grace? Of course not. Since we have to die to sin, how can we continue to live on it, right? So you can keep saying something like, oh, well, God gives me grace. God gives me grace. Okay, cool. But if you keep abusing his grace, do you really think God's gonna let you into his kingdom, right? Next one. Do not let sin control the way you live. Do not give in sinful desires. Do not let any part of your body become an instrument of evil to serve sin, right? Then it says, well then, God's grace has set us free from the law. Does that mean we can go on in sinning? Of course not. Of course not. Again, it's telling you. So the Old Testament does apply. However, because God, right, Jesus Christ, we have grace because of Jesus Christ, right? So does that mean we can go on sinning? Of course not, right? Of course not. But it says the wages of sin is death, but the free gift of God is eternal through Jesus Christ our Lord. You guys think that you can continue to abuse the laws, you can continue to abuse God's grace, but that's going to backfire. And there will come a time where God is going to remove grace, and you're going to pay for it, my friend.